In this video, we're going to find slope from graphs, and then we're going to put that slope into the equation y equals mx plus b. So first of all, slope means the same as rate of change. In a proportional relationship, the rate of change is pretty simple because we can just take a look at when x is equal to 1 and we can find where the y value is. In a non-proportional relationship, such as this one, we have to work a little harder because we have two values that we have to take a look at. So it's easier if we find 2 points, and then we can find how each one of them is changing. So we look for the change in y over the change in x. So I can use this triangle to represent change. So I want the change in y over the change in x. And then that'll help me find what my slope is going to be. So I'm going to take a look at 2 points. So the y-intercept is a great point to start with because I know my y-intercept is 20. And then I can see clearly that this is another point that I can use. So now I just have to look at what the change is. So in the y-axis, my change is 10, right, from 20 to 30. And on my x-axis over here, it's going one section there, which is a change of 2. So I have 10 over 2, which is the same as 5, or 5 over 1. So for every 5 gallons for every 1 minute. So now I want to put that into the equation of y equals mx plus b. So y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to start with y. My slope is 5. And again, it's a positive 5. Notice my graph is increasing here as it moves from left to right. It's increasing, so it's a positive. And so y equals 5x plus the y-intercept of 20. So now let's take a look at another relationship. So I see that this graph is actually a negative slope. So when I put in my slope, it's going to have a negative sign because it's going down from left to right. I also notice my y-intercept is 10. So when I'm going to complete my equation of y equals mx plus b, I already know that I'm going to have a negative slope in there, and I know my intercept is 10. So now I just have to find that slope. So let's take a look at what we have. I'm going to find 2 points that are nice and clear to see, and it works again to use my intercept, and I can use this point here. And I notice for my change, I'm going 2 on my scale for my y-axis, and at the same time I went over really just 1 for my hours. So we're going to have, again, looking at our change in y over our change in x. So I have 2 centimeters for every 1 hour. So I can just call that 2. So, and again, remember that was negative 2 because it went down.